Oh my God! Oh my God! John!
Yeah, what do you think?
Katie Gallagher and two of her closest girlfriends laughed like children as they reminisced about the good old days. These smoke-damaged pictures from Katie's wedding album were among the few possessions firefighters could salvage from Katie's home in the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. That October night, 111 homes here in Breezy Point, Queens, burned to a crisp.
I probably come by here 5 days a week, and every time you just shudder at the whole thing. Yeah, it's like, what happened? What happened to us?
When we last visited Katie back in April, she had just moved back to Breezy Point after moving 9 times in 5 months. This waterfront community has been Katie's home since 1970, when she and her late husband bought a large house owned by her parents. This painting shows what that home looked like. Meantime, Katie tells me her architectural plan to build a new home is being reviewed by the Breezy Point Construction Committee. If that goes well, the New York City Department of Buildings will then have to give its approval.
If all that works out, my contractor says they'll start to pour concrete in December.
Oh.
That would be the earliest possible time.
And if that happens in December,
They tell me my house will be ready in July.
You can have a summer right here again.
I certainly hope so.
during this unsettling time, one source of joy that is helping Katie move forward is the return to Breezy Point of two of her former neighbors, Pat Pinto and Mary Welsum. Welsum says while they never lost touch, it's wonderful to once again be living in the same tight-knit community.
It's great to have that support, and everybody on the beach is supporting everybody else. This is like the hardest time in my life. I lost my husband a couple of years ago, and that was tough. And this is like very, very tough.
These close friends are renting separate homes for now, but they have each hired contractors and are waiting for various agencies to approve their plans.
You'd think it's only going to be a couple of months before you can rebuild, but I guess there's a lot of processes you have to go through, and people just didn't think it was going to be this long.
Over the past year, especially over the past 5 months, construction efforts in Breezy Point have kicked into high gear. While many people would complain about living close to a construction site, these harsh sounds are a welcome noise for folks who want their lives and their homes back.
I just wish it was a little bit more, you know, but we all do, so it'll happen.
When I look here today, I get kind of sad. I want to be back as soon as possible.
The night of Superstorm Sandy, most homes in Breezy Point were underwater.
The incredible storm surge, which brought up to 5 feet of water, made it impossible for fire crews to reach all of the burning homes until the water level receded.
Homeowners like Peggy Caffrey tell me over the past year, it has been very difficult to receive money from the government to repair damage caused by severe flooding.
The downstairs is the 3 bedrooms.
Peggy showed us
And the
what used to be the
bathroom,
first floor of her home, where there were once 3 bedrooms. To protect her home from future damage, Peggy wants to raise her home. Her resources, however, are limited.
FEMA was supposed to be giving you $30,000 towards the lifting, but you have to have at least 51% of your house totaled, which you would think that is but it's not. You need even more than this.
Peggy lives in Roxbury, which is part of the Breezy Point Cooperative, and about a mile away from where the fire broke out. While she was able to move back into her home after being displaced more than 9 weeks, Peggy tells me it is discouraging to encounter new obstacles nearly every step of the way.
You have to have an architect. Now today I found out you have to have an engineer also.
While Peggy considers herself very fortunate, she is aware that even after she gets all the funding in place to raise her home, there could be more tough times ahead. In Breezy Point, Ron Lee, FiOS1 News.